Welcome back to Blue Collar Speed and Repair. Back on the van today. Gave this thing a kind of an exterior overhaul last time we worked on it. Wheels and tires, matte clear, some way too big mirrors, and some other odds and ends, bed liner. Still not completely sold on the white wheels. I might try to find a cream color paint to match the body, but anyway, getting close to driving this. Hopefully that's going to happen by the end of this video. Got a couple things to take care of. A few episodes ago, we played with the cooling system a little bit, and well, it's still leaking. So we need to take care of that. I think we're going to take the entire thing apart, kind of, and replace all the rubber hoses. There is if you're not up on this thing, it has a second radiator mounted underneath here, and it has a electric cooling fan on it, which was hooked up before. When we rewired this thing, I didn't hook it up. Since we're going to be there, I'd like to go ahead and rewire that. I think I have a temp switch to put in the cooling system, relay, whatever. Other than that, I believe the second video we did on this, we kind of got it to move a little bit, and cleaned like half an inch of sludge out of the master cylinder. And every time we've moved it since then, the brake pedal's getting softer and softer. So I don't really want to drive it down the road and risk ourselves and other people, obviously. So and to be honest, we haven't even taken a drum off of this thing yet. We haven't looked at the brakes at all. It hasn't moved more than just in and out of the shop. So we got a new master cylinder for it. Just a parts store brand. New wheel cylinders for the rear. A new soft hose, which I hope is correct. The correct one was supposed to be like a week and a half, 2 weeks out, something like that. It was going to take forever to get. This should be the same in size, but an inch or so longer. New soft hoses for the front, and then they did not have a listing for front wheel cylinders, so we got just the rebuild kit with the new pucks. I think I have a small hone that we can run through the cylinders, put new seals and stuff in it. So hopefully that's good enough to make the brakes work. Eventually I would like to do discs on the front of this, just for, you know, it stops better and they work better. Not that these don't work, but make it a little bit better if we can. Nobody makes a kit for it, so I know there's ways to do it. I've been looking on forums and stuff. Certain mixture of parts, you can make it work. That being said, we're going to work with what we got at the moment, and let's get some tools out, get this thing up in the air, and see if we can get this master cylinder off. All right, this is a frame rail mounted master cylinder, hiding up in there. Does not look like a good time to change. Should be fairly straightforward. 2 lines, couple bolts, where bolts into the bracketry for, this is the brake pedal, and then there should be, this should be a pivot pin. We're going to figure out how that comes apart. And hopefully we can get just the sway bar loose, and get enough room to drop this out. All this bracketry here is add-on. For one of these is an oil cooler, and one's a transmission cooler, added by whoever built this thing. I don't know. We're just going to fight our way through it and see what happens here. When we got this thing running, this hose was split, so we replaced this one. You You can see there's a drop of coolant on that one. So I'd like to go ahead and replace this hose. There's a couple hoses up top that's connected by a metal pipe. We'll show you that in a bit. And then there should be a rubber hose there for this side of the this rear radiator, and then there's another one there. So we're gonna have to probably take this stuff off and take them up to the auto parts store and just match them up and see what we can find. Hopefully we can find enough stuff to get it done. But for now, brakes first. I should probably get,
I was gonna say,
a pan or something, because this is gonna start dripping everywhere.
All right, you want me to get the big bucket? Or you want the small one out of the way?
We're just gonna trip on the small one.
Okay.
Let's trip on the big one.
Okay. Well, we need to empty this one soon. So we need to empty this one soon, or we're gonna have another overflow situation.
Did we overflow it? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure on this van.
It's normal. There. Almost. There you go. Okay.
A whole lot of rust.
It's coming. So then we should have just a couple bolts here. See anything in there? Nope. It's out.
And then I guess you're unfighting.
It looked like a captured nut of some sort. Okay, here goes nothing. Well, how do you get it past this brake line though? You don't. So I wonder if we unthread that from here maybe. So this brake line runs right underneath it. So I think I'm going to take it off from the proportioning valve here. And hopefully that'll give us the room we need to get it out of there. All right, got that line loose. Hopefully we can get this out of here now. Just like that. All right. Those appear to be the same thing. Now can I get this back back in. Why? What in the world? Aha. Aha. Maybe. Maybe. There we go. If all else fails, force it. That doesn't fit. Because of that throttle, I believe. Looks like the cap is just a little bit longer, and it's hitting up in here. This is our throttle cable. So, don't know what to do about that. Not against cutting the bracket, which is for the park brake. That's completely, the handle's all completely locked up anyway. And then we could address that later if we needed to, but I don't know if it's going to end up in the steering or not. Or I'm sorry, the throttle lever. Because by the look of it, it's barely longer. All right, so I opted to cut out this metal bracket. Just loops around. This is the, I'm assuming it's a support for this, where this park brake cabling goes. But like I said, the park brake handle and everything's all locked up anyway and not currently working. So we can redesign or worry about that at a later time. It does hit the throttle linkage just a little bit, but I believe it already was. So I'm going to put these bolts back in. As far as bolting the master cylinder in and put the rod back in. I'm not going to hook up the lines yet until we're ready to bleed it. I want to do the wheel cylinders and the wheels and all that stuff first. So let me get this bolted up, get the rod back in, get that bolted in, and then we'll start pulling wheels off. All right, got the master cylinder at least bolted in and the rod bolted in, hooked up. Again, I didn't worry about the lines just yet. So we're going to start here with the rear brakes. Since they're just swapping a wheel cylinder, hopefully. Like I said, we haven't had these. You and your lights. We haven't had a drum off of this thing yet, so hopefully, you know, we don't need to go get shoes or any of that stuff. We will find out together. All right, let's try this again. These GoPro batteries do not like when it's cold outside. All right, watch your ears. Come on. Oh, it's full of spider webs. Drum's nice and smooth. It's full of dirt. Brake residue, but smooth, doesn't have a big lip on it. Shoes are a little worn. I don't know if we try to run the vacuum through this real quick. Spider nest. All right, we're gonna run maybe a vacuum or something through this real quick. See if we can kind of clean up a little bit. And then we'll swap this wheel cylinder out. So I need to take the two springs off. Those hold the shoes in. We need to be able to move the shoes out in order to get the wheel cylinder out. I'm pretty sure I have the actual correct tool to get these springs off, but this is the way I've always done it. With a pair of dikes, or diagonal cutters, if you want to be technical. How's that one come out of there? I guess it just sits there then. And should be able to pull this guy off. Okay. That should allow us to move the shoes back, get access to our wheel cylinder. It's on the back. Need to break the line loose. Then there's two bolts. I'll try to show you this if I can. You got one brake line. That's the bleeder, and then there's a bolt on either side. I'm going to take that line off. Try to position her light somewhere that works. All right, take that line off and the two bolts. We should be good. Where's a smaller? Is that a smaller one? I think that's it. No, that's just behind the cup, so it doesn't look too bad. Of course, we'd actually have to take it all apart to find out what it looks like inside. Other side. That looks correct. I'm going to take the little, I don't know what you call them, little rod thingies. I'm going to hit them in the wire wheel real quick. Might as well clean them up, keep them from tearing up the boots. And then we'll put this back on. Okay. Maybe that'll help. It can be a little tricky to get it kind of lined up here. It's a good idea to start your line first before you tighten the bolts down. That way you have a little bit of movement in your wheel cylinder. That. Oh. It's going to make me get the tool. Aha. Okay. Smaller of the two springs on this side. there. And then get some lining up to do here. That goes in there. That goes in there. Okay. All back together. Probably should have went ahead and got shoes since we were here, but we didn't. Should be good enough. All right. Did you miss the garbage can? I thought that was just me who did that. All right. As far as adjusting goes, I'm wasting my time down here because it's right there. So I like to give it just a little bit of drag. I don't know which way I'm supposed to turn. I didn't look at that. Looks like down is tighter. Where is it? Can't see. All right. Let's see. All right, it's just a little slight amount of drag. All right, one side of the rear is done. We're going to knock out the other side, and then we'll do the front. All right, rear's all buttoned up. Other side didn't give me any trouble. Front should be very similar. Other than this bearing's very loose. Should probably check into that. These shoes are actually in better shape. There's a little play there. Should probably tighten those. Check them. Yeah, should probably check that. May not even have grease in it. Okay. Moving on. Okay. I wonder what that washer laying on the leaf springs for. And now come out. Oops. Okay, let's take this over the plastic pretend workbench and see if the parts we have are correct. All right. Well, that one was clearly leaking. Okay. I don't know if that's the right one or not. That clearly looks too small. That might be right. Well, there's only one way to find out. The new outer boots are quite a bit smaller. I don't know if the inner bore size is correct. I'm fine with reusing the boots as long as the other stuff works. What do I do with them? Oh, particularly want them to get all dirty. Clean all our gunk out here. So now, I'm gonna get it to go all the way out though. Where are those pliers I had? There they are. There we go. Puck out of the one side. That little guy. That little guy. Does appear those are the right size. I don't know how well that shows up. Where's the light? You can see there's just kind of some rusty junk in there from it sitting. So I think I have a small cylinder hone. Let me see if I can dig that out. See if we can clean this up and put it back together. Alright, I do have a small bubble hone, or ball hone, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to spray this a little bit of PB Blaster for lubricant, just because it's what I have in my hand, close by. The goal is not to take material off, we just want to clean it up. It shouldn't be. Okay. That's all we want to do is just clean the junk out of it and the rust out of it. All right. So we need also I'd like some fine steel wool or Scotch-Brite. We'll clean these pucks up as well. Kind of clean up my area just a little bit so we can put this back together cleanly. Okay. So by cleaning up my area, what I meant was move over 6 inches. Got this cleaned up. Clean these up a little bit. These do not seal. They're just what these guys ride on. So they don't have to be perfect. It comes with a new spring, although it's different. See if it even clips on here. Kind of does. Seems to do spring things. So I'm going to give this a little bit of fresh brake fluid inside. Maybe, come on. Okay, just dump it everywhere. Story of my life. All right. One puck on one side. One puck on the other. Oh, that works. Spring definitely works. All right. These boots are definitely different, but they are just a dust boot, so I'm not too concerned with it. I'm just going to use the old ones
All the junk out.
after she finishes wiping out the old rusty nastiness. This one's not too bad. Okay. So same deal. I'm going to give these a little bit of a wire wheel cleanup. This will be ready to go back together. It's rebuilt. But first, let's take a look at this wheel bearing. I'm going to go wash my hands up a little bit. Pretend to anyway. And see if we're going and buying wheel bearings today or not. All right. Knock our dust boot off. Grab a pair of channel locks, please. Oh, you're way ahead of me. Look at that. If I need them. Nope. Looking pretty dry so far. Hopefully the bearings aren't trashed. Don't see any pitting or anything on those. Usually when they're bad, they'll get like some really bad pitting. Bearing race looks really good. Doesn't look like it's been hot. I don't have seals. So I think we're just going to grease these up really good. And run with it. I wonder if we can save the seal. Sometimes you can put the nut back on and it'll grab the bearing, inner bearing. And not destroy the seal. Okay. I need the grease gun. The grease is dirty, but the actual bearing itself looks pretty good. I'm going to clean these up, put some new grease in them, put this back together. knock out the other side, bleed brakes, off the cooling. I'm gonna put some gloves on real quick though. I don't feel like getting grease all over my hands again. Don't tear up, don't tear up. Got most of a glove. Still got play. I'm pretty sure this kingpin's loose too. Yep. We are definitely not messing with that today. That's going to be a project for another day. Can you bring the camera and the light over here? You shine right in this area. So this is the kingpin. This is what your steering knuckle rides on to twist back and forth. If you look at it, you see that?
There's a wee bit of play there.
Yep. We'll give you a little bit of sloppy steering, but whatever. I don't think we're going to be bombing this thing down the highway at 80 miles an hour. So good enough for now. But well, I would too. But well, it's a big block, turbo 400, so 1-to-1 with no lockup and a 410 gear. It's probably not going to do 80 and like it very much. So that being said, I'm still driving it.
It's going to be like the Galaxy, be a 65-mile-an-hour queen.
Well, that's got 350 gear. It's a little better. But all right, we're going to slam this wheel cylinder back in, see if we can get this brake hose out of here, and knock the other side up. All right, as far as this brake line goes, let's see if we can get this to break loose. And it did. What'll happen a lot of times is the nut will rust to the line, and when you break it loose, it'll just twist the line. So got to be careful of that. Luckily, we haven't had any problems with that. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood handy, but somebody out there do it for me. Okay, and then we should be able to pop this clip out. Should be able to, hopefully. Without it falling apart, hopefully. Maybe. Uh-oh. It don't wanna. Alright. Let me knock some of this crap loose here. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm getting it to twist back and forth. Breaking this crap free back here. Now will it come out? Still no. Alright, about get these in here. Aha. Alright. Now I'm going to put a line wrench on this so So this should thread into there. Hopefully this will break free. Come on now. Might have to get some heat on it. That fell. That's trying to slip. All right, let me grab another tool. So we're not using this line, obviously. Let's try a socket. Gonna fit on there? Yep. Aha! Really should screw this bench to the wall. Can I have the socket back, or that? Yeah. Now that we cut this line, hopefully this is the same size. Does appear to be. Didn't come with washers though, did it?
This line was split anyways. Couldn't use it.
All right, let me see what I have, if I have something that will work, if we can save that. Doesn't look like that's our option though. The one that's a little big. Let's see what happens here. As long as it seals, that's all that really matters. Make sure it's kind of centered-ish. What do you want to bet that's metric?
I'm not betting that one.
Why wouldn't it be? It's adjustable size. Okay.
Yeah, there's a hole in it.
Okay.
That might have been why we kept getting this off. I don't.
Well, that one wheel cylinder was leaking. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the washer for this. Do I have a new washer for this one? That's another one of those. That's something. I do have a new washer. All right, go put this back together. Give me my socket. What do I do with it? It's gone forever. Seriously, where'd it go?
Okay, underneath the wheel bearings.
Okay, that's that. So wheel cylinder, again, rebuilt. New soft line, new gaskets. And we're gonna button up these shoes, do the other side. Let's see if we can bleed these things. All right, he's gonna fill up the master cylinder with fluid through the hole in the floor. Then I'm gonna send him up in the air. And you good?
Yeah, it's all up.
All right, you're probably gonna top it off a couple times. I'm gonna send him up in the air and get these bled. All right, Master cylinder's hooked up. I basically bench bladed on the car, but I don't know how cameras work. Apparently I wasn't recording, which I do more often than I'd like to admit. But filled the master cylinder up, held my fingers over the holes, had him push the pedal down slowly, release the pressure, put my fingers back over the hole, have him pull the pedal back up, and then repeat that until all the air is bled out. It's that simple. It's easy to do on the car when you have multiple people. They do make like little hose kits that go into the master cylinder from here, so you can just pump the pedal until the bubbles stop, or you can do it on a bench, which is why it's called bench bleed. But I had intended to show you guys that and explain that, but again, I don't know how cameras work. I'm just a dummy with a toolbox, and I screwed up, and he's making a bunch of racket up there. All right, let me get the socket, and we can bleed these things, potentially. No, that don't fit. Why did I not have a 10 millimeter wrench? What the hell? Great. Well, that's broken. I just knocked the camera over. All right, got all the brakes flat, all four corners. Made a gigantic mess. Wore his leg out. And dinner's ready. So we're gonna call it a night for tonight. I'll come out in the morning, throw the wheels on, maybe. Anyway, we'll tackle the cooling system tomorrow. Good morning. Jesse and I finished up our brakes last night, got them all bled, and got the wheels back on, all that good stuff. Got a nice firm pedal. In the process of that, I knocked the GoPro over and broke the little receiver deal for the microphone. So we're back to the stock mic. So you're gonna hear some background noise. Sorry, you're gonna hear the fan of the heater. It's like 22 degrees outside and it is cold in here. Unfortunately, our mini split is not keeping up as well as I'd like. I knew it was kind of a gamble going in. Probably should have insulated a little more. And again, these doors, they're open on the top and allow cold air. In fact, we got packing blankets rolled up above this one because the mini split was just drawing in the ice cold air from outside and blowing cold air. It is what it is. So long story short, microphone's broken. You're gonna hear the heater. Sorry about that. Anyway, brakes are all done. We are going to start today with the cooling system. I want to try to see if we can get this guard thing off of this radiator back here. So, oh, almost whacked my head again. See if we can get this guard deal off so we can get access to these two hoses, as well as the this has an electric fan on it that I want to go ahead and hook up if we're going to be there. So let's grab a few tools and see if we can fight this thing off. All right, so it looks like we got a couple nuts and a bolt in the back here. Hopefully the bolt and nut on the other side is captured or tack welded or something. A few nuts across this side. Doesn't look like anything on the front. And then a few nuts on this side. So we're gonna try to pull this stuff out, see if we can get this thing off, hopefully. probably a good idea to go ahead and take this off anyway and clean it up.
I'm gonna set it over here on the garbage can so I can vacuum it.
All right, well, that gives us access to that hose and that hose. I'm wondering if we go ahead and pull these brackets loose and pull this radiator down and clean it as best we can. Since we're here, if that shield looks like that, I can only imagine what the top of this radiator looks like. All right, so this part of the bracket is above this piece, so I can't get it out on either side here. So I think I might just try cutting these off. And then just re-welding it back together after when we put it back together. I'm not sure what else to do. You want to hold that? Should probably put a hand under this radiator. I don't seem to have enough blade. It's fine. We'll try this. Did that do anything, or was that a waste of time?
I have no idea.
Aha!
Got it? Oh, that fucker.
It's alright, I got the radiator. Here we go. Can you take this?
Uh-huh.
That was a good time.
So easy.
Wow. All right. Why did we do all this?
She wanted to make the electric fans work and vacuum out the stuffs. Well, I'm a vacuum.
All right. I have no idea what these fans are to, what this radiator was for.
We should probably vacuum up there too.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a few minutes, run the vacuum across this radiator, the fans, all that good stuff. Try to clean everything up as best we can. I believe I only cut this one wire. So they must be grounded to the body or something up there somewhere. So we should just be able to hook up a wire to this to make our fans work, which we can actually test. The battery is right there. We'll get to that later. All right, we're gonna clean some stuff up. So I just did a quick confirmation here that both fans are working. If I touch this to the battery, we have dual fans that it's going to be pulling up through the radiator. So that's all working good. So the way this cooling system works, comes out of the water pump. Well, this is backwards, but water pump through one pipe to one side of the like auxiliary radiator, through that radiator back through the other pipe into this radiator, and then out the top of the radiator goes into our thermostat. Now, I don't know if you can see it right there. That's the newest coolant leak we have. And again, we replaced this hose because it was split. You can see these hoses aren't doing all that great anyway, which is the whole point of doing all this. We're gonna rip all these hoses out and see if we can match them up. So we're gonna rip this one out real quick. This one's obviously fine. Rip this one out. There's actually two hoses. It's a kind of a 90 into a metal pipe, and then a 90 into the thermostat. And then we're gonna try to take those to the parts store and see if we can match some stuff up. If I have to get a bunch of short flexi hoses, then I'll just do that. But yeah, let's see if we can get these out and see if we can find something that'll work. All right, we're back. When did cooling hoses get so dang expensive? I think we have what we need. So obviously we got that guy there, should match. This one goes to the auxiliary radiator. The one side is a little bigger than the other. Same as this one. This one flares a bit at that end, so that should hopefully work. I'm hoping we can make this one bend a little bit more. This hose is quite a bit bigger. We have that bend, and then hopefully that bend. So we're gonna start cutting this stuff up and see if we can probably work from the top down and see if we can get the stuff back in. All right, got our conglomeration of hose back together. So this has this little whatever tee off of it, which is this hose that runs over to this upper tank. I'm not sure what this is for, but we're gonna put it back. Now the fun part will be fitting this in here.
No, this broke.
Huh?
So this broke.
Okay. And holding the clamp and trying to tighten it. All while not being able to see where it even goes. Probably should have done these hoses when we had the fan shroud out, to be honest.
Probably.
We didn't. Hello in there.
I can see where it needs to go.
Yeah, that makes one of us. Kind of on there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not metal. Not enough room for my head, my hands, the light. All right, got this upper kind of hose set up, hooked back up. The one where it goes to the radiator was not a good time. Took all four hands and long extension, but we got it. The lower hose that comes off the water pump, I think it's easier to get it probably started from underneath, so we're gonna go do that. And we need to remember to tighten the clamp on the water pump side when we pull the car back down. Van truck thing.
Probably be a good idea.
All right, let's we're gonna put this thing up in the air. All right, this one has less of a curve than the other one, so hopefully we can get it on here. Not too much of a fight. It does have the like spring in it, so it doesn't collapse. And that's helpful. That seemed to work. Where's the socket? I think we can get that upper one from here too.
You know that?
All right, what happened? I can't even see it from here. Oh, there's a hand in the way. Might do something.
Hanging down for forget to tighten that clamp. I'm gonna lower it back down.
Okay. Smart ass. Smart ass. I can't even talk. All right, and that one, that one. Double check.
Ooh,
This
lift
one.
there.
Get rid of this goofy connection here. And extend a wire over. We'll probably put a relay over here somewhere. Not sure where just yet, but all right. So that wire over there out of the way, and then because it has to like sit in here or something. I don't remember now.
It needs to go against the grooves on the back side, and then it sits in here.
Okay. I don't know.
I think it did one of these.
It's gonna slide into that. Okay.
Like that.
Okay. Now, hang. There we go. So something like that. So then.
Do you want to try and get those hoses in place before we?
No, we can get to it before we put the guard on. So then this guy.
My hands are right in the way.
It's got to come down. So this has to slide over this edge. Like that. Now what?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm just taking it out.
You're doing great though. We've got it. The core is in the channel on this side. That one broke off. We're gonna have to replace that bolt. Got it just kind of propped up on this side temporarily. So we're gonna try to put some bolts in this thing without it falling on our head, hopefully. Probably have gloves on. I don't.
Grab some?
I should probably have gloves on, but I don't, and I probably won't. Ouch, hot. More heat.
So we're done playing tennis.
I think so. All right, our little shield guard thing is all in. I have the wire ran out over here. Again, like I said, we're gonna probably put a relay along in here somewhere so we have easy access to battery power. And yeah, I think we'll probably work on that next. Since the coolant's out, I think I have a like a temp switch for the fan somewhere. So let me see if I can find that. I've got to change the battery, and we'll get back with you in a minute. All right, cooling system's all buttoned up. I found the temp sensor to run the fan, but I don't have a bushing to convert this to 1/2-inch MPT to put it in the intake, and I don't feel like driving into town and getting one and all that just to make the fan work. We'll have to deal with that later. So we're going to fill up this cooling system. We're going to attempt to put some of this coolant into the system and dump the other on the floor, and get this cooling system bled and take this thing for a ride for the first time in a long time. I'll hold that and laugh at me.
I'll try not to laugh.
Oh, this is not going well. I already know it.
Maybe you should divide it. Oh God. Most of it went in.
I need to get a wrench. So in order to bleed this, we had to pull that fitting loose and wait for coolant to come out and then run it, and it would kind of get angry and start bubbling, and then you loosen that again, and it's kind of a thing.
Oh, there it goes.
Or what goes?
I heard the bubbles.
I can feel the air coming out around that. Oh, that works. I think this hose that goes to that side is kind of what that's supposed to be for. To allow air in the system from that radiator to come out into this tank.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's because we're using this funnel that it's causing a blockage or what, but I don't. This is working. See it all running out on the ground anymore. This thing definitely takes a lot. Okay, so got coolant to come out of here. So now we're gonna run it, or attempt to here. Should probably check the oil real quick, just for the heck of it.
Okay. I got a paper towel. Just so happened to have one.
All right, we're good. There's some kind of recycled dinosaurs in there. All right. Yeah, I guess we give it a heck, huh?
Sure.
We don't have a choke hooked up, so we went and got a new cable, and this was like $9, and it don't move. idle. Watch the cooling. If it starts acting up, we'll crack this. I'm pretty sure our voltage regulator is not working correctly, or this gauge is screwed up. That's at 16 volts. Good check it at the battery. I think our voltage regulator is bad. Should be 13 and a half or so. I think we have one. It should be a couple bolts and plug it in, so maybe we'll swap that real quick rather than explode this battery on its first drive.
Yeah, that would be good.
All right, cooling system's all bled out. Temp stayed good. It's gonna get dark really soon, so we're gonna just grab the seats, at least the front seats, kind of slam them in here real quick and see if we can get this thing on the road. All right, here we go. Brakes work. We don't even know if this transmission will shift or anything. Seats are a little high.
Need some air ride.
Well, that went well.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I was cold.
I don't know how. We're getting a lot of heat from inside. Of course, the engine cover is just sitting here and the little side plates are gone, or not installed yet. A little smoky. Of course, again, none of this is sealed up. So, let's get out of this thing. Let's see that. All right, so maiden voyage. I'm happy, extremely excited to drive this thing. And I'm extremely excited to maybe hook that to that guy at some point. Still some more work to do. It's got a terrible exhaust leak on the passenger side. All the engine fumes are coming into the cabin. We got to address that. Of course, the interior is non-existent. Got to get the fan working. None of the dash lights are working for some reason. All the wiring's new, of course. That was in a previous video, but yeah, tell me what you think. I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. I've said that already once. I'm repeating myself. I get that. Anything we need to add?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'm kind of at a loss for the interior. I have some ideas, but I'm not quite sure what we want to do. I want to get the air horn working a little more efficiently. We put a little air in the tank, made it go toot toot, but that was it. I think I have a compressor we can wire up. Anyway, we got some bugs to work out. We got some things to do. We haven't even washed the windows yet. More on this thing to come. So again, like, comment, all that good stuff. And this thing will be coming back. This seems to be so far the favorite on the channel. And other than that, I don't know. I'll see you guys next time.